And are we live? Are we live, Charlemagne? Reach Over Culture Podcast, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button. It'd be helpful if you like the video. It'd be even more helpful if you subscribe to the content, man. Shout out to all of our people that may be here via TikTok, via Instagram. Thank you for everybody that's been rocking with us, that's newly subscribed. Shout out to y'all, man. Drop some flex moms for y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe to the content. If you're loving the content, man, please subscribe to it. That's the best way to support the channel. Also, if you are in the podcast, if you have any type of podcast app, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, iHeartRadio Podcasts, go look up Reach Over Culture, man. Subscribe to the podcast, wherever you get your podcast from. Audio fresh, fresh off the presser. You heard me? Man, we here for a good time, not a long time, man. I know y'all been seeing a lot on social media about the Iceman album. Oh, Iceman is here. Let's really get into this album. So Drake did a pretty nice rollout. He had these different episodes revolving around working in the warehouse, revolving around these different characters with Pinocchio noses. If you know, you know. You've been watching the rollout. I'll say, rollout was amazing. A little confusing, but amazing. A little confusing, but amazing. It gave you enough to be anticipated. It gave you enough to understand that, hey, the Drake album is coming out. Definitely a little different for all the dogs. Definitely a little different from CLB. I feel like this rollout was a lot more strategic, obviously, given all the events that happened in 2024. He needed to be strategic. He needed to go about this latest album in a certain facet. And I think he did just that. Getting straight into the album. Fire. I really enjoyed this album. One of my biggest gripes with Drake, and I think a few other avid Drake supporters that's been there since, going back to Take Care. Some people go back to Take Care. Some people go back to, if you're reading this, it's too late. Another generation like myself goes back to Comeback Season. Honestly, room for improvement. Honestly, go way back there. So to see the evolution of Drake from the time that you saw him on the grass seat to room improvement, Comeback Season, and to get all the way here to Iceman, you understand a bit more in totality what Drake's career has really been about. And pretty good record, being undefeated. We're talking about MC to MC battles. A lot of people point out the McMill battle. Obviously, people say he lost to Pusha. But a lot of the subliminals, a lot of the things that you've heard over the years was all a kamikaze of what you actually get in the Iceman album. The thing I look for in albums is, one, lyrics, especially the rap album, are the bars there, okay? Second thing is song sequence. Song sequence is important. I feel like you can have a great rap album, but if the song sequence is not properly adjusted, then it feels like the album is all over the place and certain songs don't make sense going with other songs. So song sequence is a big thing for me as well. And is the album nuanced? Does it have an actual message to the album? I feel like the Iceman album hit on all three of my important perspectives about what I deem a great rap album. Does it? The song sequence told a story. The album had nuance around the theme being the Iceman, and the bars were there. Oh my Lord, the bars were there. Okay. Drake was rapping like he had nothing to lose on his album. Now, I get a lot of people aren't gonna like his cadence. Y'all want 10 make them cries. Y'all want 10 make them remembers. Y'all want 10 make them pay. And that's not rap anymore. Rap today, especially when you're in somebody in Drake's position who doesn't just appeal to a certain audience, he appeals to multiple generations at one time. People in Gen Z, Gen Alpha, Millennials, and Gen X all know who Drake is. And so he can't just appeal to one generation. He has to diversify his portfolio and his cadence by giving something that every generation that actually knows who he is and actually dives into his content. Okay? It's it's not just for us as millennials, and it's not just for Gen X. Alpha and Z also listen to this dude and we're actually looking forward to this album and are reacting to this album. And so the cadence in which he says stuff, I get it. This trap cadence, this very up to date 2026 cadence that a lot of pure hip hop fans, including myself, aren't a super fan of. It's not sexy for a pure hip hop artist. It just don't do it for us. But the bars are there. And as I do love pure hip hop, I also leave room for progression. And this is where hip hop is today. I think on his album, he did a great job of bridging being able to have a certain cadence, but when you listen to what he's saying, it's cold. It's cold blooded. And so I love the lyrics. I love the song sequence. Um, Everything made sense amongst his album. That's one thing I felt like he was missing with For All the Dogs. It felt like For All the Dogs was like kind of all over the place, even though it did have a little sequence. It felt like it was all over the place. Um, this album actually felt like it made somewhat sense. And maybe I'm a victim of actually watching Iceman episode 4 again with the rollout. He was putting out certain videos and visuals. That night that the album was actually dropping, he dropped episode 4, and halfway through the episode, he's playing all these songs, and I'm wondering whether this is the album or not. And I mean, at some point, I think when he started playing "Make 'Em Pay," no, when he played "National Treasure," I knew it was the album at this point. I was like, "Oh, he's playing. This is an album release episode. He's playing. He's playing most of the album." Now, obviously, he played a couple of songs from the other 2 albums, but yeah, this album had bars. It had the sound, the beat selection was amazing, and it told a story. Now, some of the criticism about the album, I mean, a couple of songs was just too hard for radio. You really didn't need that. You really, if you was gonna drop that, you should have dropped that when he dropped Not Like Us. Honestly, in my opinion, that could take off. It can't. It could not take off. Seemed like something you kind of had in the tuck for a while. You could have dropped that a while ago. That really didn't even make the album. Uh, that really it. That's really it. I mean, it's a Drake album. You're always gonna have a couple of throwaways, but I mean, the only song I just really didn't necessarily care for was "Too Hard for the Radio." I feel like that could have been put out as a counter for Not Like Us. Not saying it would have been comparable, but you could have put that out then. You ain't, you know, that seems like 2 years too late. I understand other people's criticism, um, feeling like he responded too late, and obviously I haven't been paying attention to the dude's music. When he dropped No Face, when he dropped uh, SSS, he's been responding to the situation. I think with the album, there's a lot of shock value in it because he's actually mentioning names. Drake is the king of subliminals. I mean, I was talking with my dog MC not too long ago, and I wasn't ready to give him the title verbally over Jay, but he's definitely over Jay as far as the king of subliminals. So he's always talked about issues that people have had with him that he hasn't had with other people. He's constantly talked about having people be fake friends and this, that, and the third. None of this is new. And so for us to get to the album, this particular album, because he took a loss to Dot and say he's crying, is like saying that Shay wasn't a great scorer before we realized he was foul baiting. Before you can obviously see that he was foul baiting, before he got the title of being the best scorer in the NBA, before he got the back-to-back MVPs, you never complained about foul baiting. But now that he got a certain acclaim and a certain status, now he's a foul merchant. He's been a foul merchant. It's just now he's getting the calls. Michael Jordan said it best when talking to Cole. He said, I get 7 fouls. You only get 6, right? Knowing that when you are a superstar, refs do what they got to do to keep you in the game. When you're a superstar in rap, a lot of things get glossed over that's not necessarily uh, sexy, until you obviously take a loss in a rap beef. Point blank, period. Until that actually gets over on him, a lot of stuff that Drake does is not frowned upon. So right now on the internet, you got a very particular crowd that's dedicated to downing whatever Drake does, and you have a very particular crowd that's dedicated to gassing whatever Drake does. I say it like this: if you don't like this album, I honestly feel like you going out of your way to not like the dude, because you can't listen to this body of work compared to other Drake albums that you like and say that it's not comparable to like the last 3 or 4 albums that he's put out. Don't tell me you like Nothing Was the Same and you don't like this album. Don't tell me you like Views and you don't like this album. Don't tell me you like If You're Reading This Is Too Late and you don't like this album. Don't tell me you like Gen X and you don't like this album. Don't tell me that. That's showing your hypocrisy. Your hypocrisy is bleeding through your pores. Bleeding, not sweating, not bleeding. I had somebody tell me, I didn't consider Gen X a diss album. What was it? Yeah, it just seemed like Iceman is just a diss album. Gen X wasn't a diss. What? Huh? Because a lot of y'all gonna put Drake's lyrics as your caption this summer. The Iceman's back up. He back outside. For all intents and purposes, the album did exactly what I needed for him to do. He addressed who he needed to address. Crazy bars on top of that. And he got some bangers on that. Shebang is the song stupid? Yes. But is it fire? Yes. Peekaboo was stupid, but it was fire. Squabble Up in hindsight? Not that great of a song, but it's fire. Shebang, fire. Whisper My Name, fire. Ran to Atlanta, fire. Don't excuse stuff on Dot's album that you're not going to accept on Drake's album. I don't care where you place the bar at. Iceman was fire. Shebang. Iceman was fire, man. And it deserves all the critical acclaim that it's going to get, man. I hope he goes on tour. I hope he does a full run of this album. And guess who I don't think is coming back outside anytime soon? Dot. I see the narrative right now. I see how it's going, and I see where this is going to go. Thank me. I gave y'all the Drake that y'all been wanting. Could be true. And I mean, he could just want to wait this wave out. But honestly, in my honest opinion, man, if you're going out of your way to if you don't like this album, but you like Gen X or you like some of Drake's latest albums, then you're going out of your way just not to like this album. Personally, in my opinion. You know, and you can fake in front like, man, I'm talking about Take Care. I'm talking about Thank Me Later. Man, quote me some lyrics off of them. For all my TikTokers, for all of the people that's gonna come across this on TikTok, YouTube, man, quote me a Drake lyric, man, from Thank Me Later. Take Care. You know, you're not. So yeah, you can't. Iceman was absolutely fire. My favorite 3 songs on Iceman, National Treasures, Shebang, and Whisper My Name. Whisper My Name. Man, appreciate y'all watching, man. Make sure y'all tune in to the Reach Over Culture podcast. Please subscribe on wherever you listen to your podcast at. Please subscribe to us on YouTube, TikTok, all of the things, man. It's love, it's rock, and we out.